a little 13-year-old who's now 25 or so, is going to testify, not just against Donald Trump, but against Epstein, which opens the door for the Epstein trials. And the first person who is being committed in that trial is Donald Trump, because he is a partner with Epstein, has been for 20 years. He is a grifter. He makes money. You don't think he's making money off trafficking children? You're wrong. And he killed Epstein because it's true. He's his biggest client. He's his buddy. They have been cohorts for over 20 years. The truth is that there's people like Trump, people like Epstein, and we know this character, Epstein. We know he's a pedophile. We know he rapes a lot of kids. And we know he was caught several times. What you probably don't know is that he was caught and released by Trump. And then he was caught again. And he was put in prison. Well, Trump couldn't release him, so he had him killed. He had this man killed. But all of you, have no ability to see beyond the dark force that comes from that man. That's called revelation. Yeah. And judgment is coming upon him for all that he's covered up. We know that Epstein was a pedophile. We know for a fact he had an island. We know for a fact that he had a mansion in New York. And all major people went there and had sex with multiple little children. But why is it no one's talking about the fact that his best friend, Epstein's best friend, is Donald Trump? Has been for years. 20 years they had a relationship. 20 years. And all this is going to be found out if you care. And I'm going to make sure you care. Because we have to document everything. We need to. So we can save the children. What you don't know and what you should know, what you do know, maybe, and you just by the power of Trump forgot that during the time when he was trying to be elected in 2015, he was also going to court. Check this out.
An anonymous woman filed a federal lawsuit against Donald Trump, claiming he raped her in 1994 when she was just 13 years old. The suit claims the presumptive Republican presidential nominee and his friend, Jeffrey Epstein, the billionaire investor and convicted sex offender, lured several young women to a party at Epstein's Upper East Side mansion, promising them cash and help advancing their modeling careers. The woman alleges Trump tied her to a bed, raped her, and threatened to kill her family if she told anyone. The statute of limitations on rape in New York is 5 years, but her suit argues that it should be waived because she was denied her freedom of will to speak. She reportedly filed the lawsuit in California in April, but it was dismissed because of improper paperwork. At the time, Trump completely denied the allegations.
So fact is, listen to what it said. She was there. She was ready to go to court. She had many forms of verification that she was raped by Donald Trump. Many other girls witnessed it, and they were willing to come forth if she came forth. But you need to really listen to what they said. Why didn't she come forth? Because Donald Trump threatened her entire family with death and torture. Torture. In every way. They all would lose their jobs. They would all go IRS up. They'd all get false criminal charges, or they'd be killed. Yep. Like Epstein. Yeah, it's impossible he's dead. Why is he dead? Because they were right in the process of bringing forth CDs and DVDs of Donald Trump having sex with a little girl who was made up to look like his daughter. And he would call her the name and everything. And this is all documented by the little girl who's now mid-20s. But she simply is afraid Donald Trump will kill her like he did Epstein. He killed Epstein to keep her quiet, proving that he could do it. And not one person even considered he had anything to do with it. Not one person. Although he had the biggest motive of anybody on the planet.
A woman's lawsuit alleging Donald Trump raped her when she was 13 will soon get a hearing before a judge, but not until after the presidential election. The woman has alleged the GOP presidential candidate and billionaire perv Jeffrey Epstein assaulted her at a series of sex parties that Epstein threw in 1994.
Are you capable? Are you able to hear what I'm saying? He is a pedophile. I have a list. There are lists of lawsuits where he had sex with little boys and little girls over the years, since the early 80s on, that we can document, that we have court filings, people, witnesses, we have that. But we can't do anything about it because he kills the people. He threatens them. And then they won't testify. Right now, he is going into court for obstructing justice, for having lawyers that he pays for tell people who are going to court and to testify that they had to take the fifth. They simply don't remember. This is all said from Donald Trump. And they know it. So that's part of his court process.
Today, we announce the unsealing of sex trafficking charges against Jeffrey Epstein. The charges allege that Epstein sexually abused young girls by enticing them to engage in sex acts for money. Epstein was arrested this past Saturday evening at Teterboro Airport aboard his private jet that had just landed from Paris, France. Epstein was taken to the Metropolitan Correctional Center in Manhattan. And later today, he will be presented before Magistrate Judge Pittman and later a conference before District Court Judge Berman.
At that moment, things are getting really intense. A little 13-year-old who's now 25 or so is going to testify. Not just against Donald Trump, but against Epstein, which opens the door for the Epstein trials. And the first person who is being committed in that trial is Donald Trump, because he is a partner with Epstein, has been for 20 years. He is a grifter. He makes money. You don't think he's making money off trafficking children? You're wrong. And he killed Epstein because it's true. He's his biggest client. He's his buddy. They have been cohorts for over 20 years. And he was going down.
Donald Trump's stretch of bad weeks just got worse. A lawsuit against the presumptive GOP nominee alleges he raped a girl when she was 13 years old. The lawsuit describes a, quote, savage sexual attack in 1994, alleging Trump tied the girl to a bed before raping and hitting her. The woman also claims Trump threatened her family if she told anyone.